What's up, everybody? Welcome to Road to Stage 2 weeks out. Alright, so I just had my shower in the morning, right? I woke up pretty late today, around 10 p.m., or 10 p.m., 10 a.m., which is really late for me. Usually I wake up at 6 a.m. for work, but it's a Saturday, so I wanted to sleep in, especially because I'm feeling pretty exhausted. I need to get as much sleep as I can, and the later I wake up, the less hungry I have to be throughout the day, you know? But if you are enjoying this series or you just want to show some support, drop a follow, drop a like, check out my other socials. We're going to be doing some pretty fun and interesting things here, right? So I've got actually a lot of videos I'm starting to record today that are going to start being posted like as we go through the next couple months, right? The content's going to start picking up. It's going to become very interesting, I think, and I'm very proud of the ideas that I have and all that kind of stuff. So definitely stick around, hit the notification bell for that kind of stuff. But I just had a shower, right? I don't know if I said that already, but we're about to do our daily check-ins. 2 weeks out, you should check in pretty often, right? You want to see how your body's looking, what you need to do with your calories, because these are the most important weeks of prep, right? I weighed in at 156 fucking pounds today. Isn't that crazy, right? I'm 5'11", right? And I've been training for 3.5 years, which isn't really that much, honestly, right? I could be a lot bigger, let's be honest here. But for a natural, 5'11", 156 pounds is not very heavy. I'm pretty light today. So that's pretty exciting, but that means this week that we're gonna have to start like tapering off those calories, or else we're gonna start losing all our muscle, even more than we already have, right? So without further ado, let's get into our check-in. So forgive me, I am quite depleted right now, so my body looks very skinny and dry and sad. Hopefully peak week fixes this, but you know, when you're dieting for this long, you're gonna look fat, you're gonna look skinny. That's just what it is. That's just how it be, especially with bodybuilding, right? Especially with natural bodybuilding, you don't have the gear to give you that oomph in your muscles, right? But this is a nice little check-in, fasted, flat, no carbs, nothing, not amazing lighting, but we'll make do. And then, you know, we gotta hit some favorite classic physique poses, obviously. So, I did just watch that footage over, and I mean, posing's looking alright. There are a couple poses like my front pose, front relax, and my Arnold that definitely need a little bit of work, but if you guys were really paying attention, you might notice I've got a bit of an imbalance in my quads, right? So this quad is a lot smaller than my left quad, right? That's because I have a problem with the insertion in the tendon, but we'll get into that another time. You'll get to learn about me a little bit more, so stick around, right? And then you might get to learn why that happened and how I've actually been dealing with it. But I do also have just small legs, honestly. Right? Like you can see that thigh gap. But with natural bodybuilding, it's really hard to get rid of that thigh gap. For my next show, obviously, 3, 4 years down the line, I'm gonna be really working on getting rid of that gap. But it is what it is. It's looking really nice. I'm really proud of how far I pushed. Honestly, I feel like I could hop on stage right now, but we can push it a little bit further, get a little bit leaner, right? Check out my car talk. I'll talk about how I feel about aiming for first place or aiming for last place, or just bodybuilding in general. I think it's going to be very insightful today. I haven't actually recorded it, but I already know what I want to talk about, obviously. So go check that out if you haven't already. That should be up around the same time as this video. But I'll catch you later. Alright, first things first, we gotta get our grocery run done. So it's Saturday. Saturday is when I get my groceries. I meal prep for the entire week. When you're working full time, it's really hard to meal prep during the week. Especially for me on prep right now, I have zero free time. It is wake up, work, gym, sleep, and barely eat, honestly, right? So just pushing through that, it's like, where do you find the time to cook food? You gotta cook your food on the weekends if you really care about your fitness goals, right? It'll make it a lot easier in the long term. But the actual grocery run, nothing special. The same thing as last week or 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks out. Go check out that video if you want to see what that actually looks like what I actually buy. Just swapping out, getting a new thing, which is just going to be some PB2 powder, right? So we're going to be increasing our calories a little bit, get a little bit more protein and fats in this last week, like by 100 or 150 calories to 200, right? Because we pretty much hit our weight goal, honestly, for prep. So we don't need to cut it down too much. We want to keep as much muscle as we can going to the show. And to do that, we need to increase calories just a little bit. I've been in a very steep deficit, very aggressive, because I did not give myself enough time on this prep. But we made it happen, and that's all that matters, right? So I'm gonna go get that done. There's not gonna be any workout today either. Again, just go check out the other video that has the workout in it. It was pretty sick. I'm pretty happy with the editing on that one, so definitely go check that one out. And while you're, checking out my channel, go ahead and subscribe and like notifications, all that kind of stuff. Like the videos, please, and thank you. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to do some fun things, and I think that a lot of people will enjoy what I have planned. So, alrighty, I'm recording this a day late because I completely forgot to record this the first time. I was way too hungry, I guess, and just absolutely forgot. But we got meal number 1 technically for Saturday. We've got the 3 rice cakes, like usual, with the sugar-free Schmucker's jam. This is like by far the best part of my day. It is such a good meal, and on prep, it makes my life feel so. It's the only hit of dopamine I get throughout the entire day. But we're adding some new things onto this meal. So we've got about 26 grams of chocolate PB2 powder on another rice cake, and then 39 grams of just normal PB2 powder. You might be wondering, why am I increasing calories 2 weeks out as opposed to keeping them lower? And honestly, the reason is because I have hit my weight goal for this prep. Today I weighed in at 155 pounds. Yesterday was 156 when I made the decision to do this. And the biggest reason is that, sure, I could cut a bit more weight. I could probably get down to maybe 153, 152 on stage. And I might actually end up still doing that because I've still got another 2 weeks of loss, and 1,300 calories is still a pretty significant deficit for me. But the effect on muscle loss would have been a bit more noticeable, right? I still need to make sure that I maintain as much muscle as possible, and I definitely panicked a little bit 4 or 5 weeks out and cut way too fast, way too early. Honestly, probably one of the bigger mistakes I made on this prep. But you live and you learn, and I'm learning. It's my first prep, obviously, right? And so increasing calories this week a little bit, gonna start moving closer and closer to around 1600 calories by mid-peak week, probably, before I end up actually peaking for the show, right? And so hopefully that allows me to bring my best package to stage. But until then, stay tuned for more. All right, so we're back in the room, back where all the magic happens. There's no magic. Nothing's happening right now. I have zero testosterone, so I have zero fun thoughts. But about to go hit the workout, right? I'm pretty fucking tired, honestly. One of the worst things about prep is that when you eat, you get hungrier. And so I'm pretty exhausted right now. I'm just gonna hit a nice little back workout again. If you wanna see what I look like doing a back workout, go check out the previous Road to Stage, where I actually recorded it and have some nice little music in the background. And while you're doing that, subscribe. But I guess, there's not really much to say right now. The workouts are mostly just trying to get blood into the muscle. I'm still pushing it, I'm still training to failure, obviously, because I like doing that, but my body doesn't give what my mind asks for, My mind is like, dude, we could push way harder, but body's not. The muscles aren't actually able to do that, right? And we need to make sure that we don't get injured in these last 2 weeks, because that would be a serious issue. That would really just completely throw the last couple months out of the window, and you don't want that, do you? Right? So we're gonna be careful, train hard, lots of cardio today, and then come back and we'll do our meal prep for the week. I'll take you through that, take you through how I make all my turkey and all that kind of stuff just for the week, right? But that last meal was pretty good. I think I forgot to record having it today, so I'll record it tomorrow and put it in the video before. So whatever you saw before this is definite. It was tomorrow. It's tomorrow. This is all yesterday. All right, this is all Saturday. That meal will be recorded on a Sunday, but it's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. But I guess stick around if you want to see how I cook all my food. Alright, just got back from the gym, hit a nice little workout, put as much of my energy in it as I could, but this depleted, this tired, there's nothing you can really do about that. But here we got our turkey. I think it's about a pound, 2 pounds of turkey for me every day, so 128 ounces total for the week, all mixed up here with a bunch of different spices, because the calories from spices and seasoning are totally worth it. It's if you're not seasoning your shit, what are you doing, honestly? But I got a bunch of nice little things here. Just gonna toast this shit up, get it nice and browned and cooked and everything, and prepare it all for the week. And then we've got our mushrooms and 0-calorie sauce we're gonna mix in there and chuck it in one of those containers, and that is the week of meal prep. So if you want to see the actual meals and everything, it's pretty much the same thing as the last Road to Stage. So honestly, just go and watch that if you really care. But other than that, I'll see you later for a little bit of a conversation before bed.